From the Far East to Western Europe, from Siberia to Hindustan, many centuries ago the nomadic civilization stretched for tens of thousands of kilometers. Today the descendants of ancient nomadic tribes have become independent nations, yet they have preserved their nomadic survival culture. In what form nomadic traditions are still alive at present? Watch the Ethnosports to learn all about that and much more. A game that unites. Mysterious and sacral. Sweet childhood memories.
Мир вашему дому, дорогие друзья.
I have traveled a lot. I have visited many countries and seen thousands of attractions. But frankly, I have never seen installations dedicated to lamb bones. I found them here in the city of Almaty. So why did this bone deserve such privilege? We will find out today in Ethnosports.
Сегодня в программе «Этноспорт».
Asyk in the Kazakh language is a name for a sheep's ankle bone. The bone is the basis for one of the most popular games among the nomadic people. All the Turkic-Mongolian nations have a common game of Asyk too. Moreover, all the nomadic cultures mention the game in their folk literature, proverbs and sayings. It is interesting that it was this small bone that surprisingly became one of the common features that unite the cultures of the nomads of the Great Steppe.
Номадизм или кочевничество в мире много там разновидностей, но на пространстве Евразии.
There is a great variety of nomadism in the world. In Eurasia, there is a concept of the Great Steppe nomadism. This is a historical, geographical and cultural linguistic concept. It covers a very large area. It starts from the mountains of Kyrgyzstan in the east, from Manchuria, the eastern part of Mongolia, and it stretches over a territory of 7,500 kilometers. The most western nomads are the present-day Hungarians who today call themselves Magyars.
Восточнославянских языках только венграми называют.
It is hard to tell one source or one culture where Asyk too originated from, but the game has survived through centuries and there lays its brilliance. History has preserved a large number of varieties of Asyk too. Kan or Kantalapai, Kanatu, Kuljatu, Kuma, Kakpakil, Sasir, Besasyk, to name a few. Just by the number of its varieties, one can assume how popular the game was. The game was so widespread that the Kazakhs have created a great number of folk proverbs. The game was played by children and adults, men and women. It was a game that brought the communities and families together.
Не будет преувеличением сказать, что в Казахстане
Kazakh people have always played Asyk too. My grandfather, my father played the game and I grew up playing it. Spring is the season for playing Asyk too. I can say that I was a champion not only in my neighborhood, but also in the surrounding district too. And I exchanged the Asyks that I won to lemonade and chewing gums. Can I join the game? Please tell me about the new rules. Of course you can. These are the rules. Here is a circle with a diameter of 2.5 meters. We put 7 Asyks in the middle. Then we try knocking them out from distance of 1 meter and 2 meters. Whoever knocks 4 Asyks out of the circle will win. That's when the game ends. Let's decide who starts first. This is usually done by a judge, alchi or taike. Who gets alchi or taike first begins to play first. Here, please. There are archaeological finds that prove the antiquity of this game. For example, Asyks were found during the excavations of ancient burials throughout the Eurasian steppe of the Bronze Age, Early Iron Age, and during the Turkic period. It is generally accepted that Asyks are an attribute of children's game, but some studies provide food for thought. It turns out that the number of dice found during excavations allows us to determine this status of the Asyks themselves. Burials of teenagers have a significant amount of Asyks. It looks like children collected them. When a player wins in a game, they get all the Asyks of the opponents.
Обычно играть вдвоем.
You are the third one.
Можно и третьим. Арман ага, можете присоединяться играть.
С удовольствием. Тряхну стариной.
You can start now. 1-0.
Пока Шерхан 1-0.
Continue. 2-0.
Еще продолжает бить.
Next. Nulan. You missed it. Arman.
Нурлан, можно твоей сакой?
Nulan, give a saka.
Давайте.
По
Пожалуйста,
очереди
да.
играть. Так.
For now, 2-0. Missed again. Archaeologists have found Asyks in the burials of the Hanu era during the excavation of a mound in Mongolia. A distinctive feature of these Asyks that all of them have special signs made with the help of a sharp object. Presumably, they can mean they belong to a certain tribe or powerful person, so the Asyks bore an original seal. Arman, come on! Excellent! You got it! Once again. Now a little closer. We give him a chance to shoot from the nearest circle. Let's do it again. Let's try. Arman, come on, get ready. Got it! Excellent! Well done, Arman.
Марат ага. Я умею играть в
I can play Asyk too, I know how to play. But tell our viewers, because some of them may not know. What is a saka? How to hold it and how to strike?
Вот это сага.
This is a saka. It's the largest ankle bone.
Потяжелее. Чтобы когда было бить, тяжелее.
We use it to strike out the other Asyks.
Правило.
We hold it with 2 fingers, like this.
Да. Его сильнее крутим. Крутим. И когда начнем бить,
Yes. Then strongly twist the wrist, and then we strike.
некоторые берет, просто вот так бросает. А это не выйдет. Если это не
Saka is supposed to spin in the air.
желательно надо его крутить и попасть в цель. Точно. Когда
Some hold it and just drop it. That's wrong. And if you spin it properly, you can strike 2 or 3 Asyks.
Обычно, когда попасть в цель, надо. Мы обычно во время разминки
We usually train with a ball to learn to hit the target.
И 150-граммовый мяч есть.
Playing darts is a good training too.
Они учились попасть в цель. А потом берем навык еще дартс и бросаем тоже.
The game requires accuracy of movements, good eye and strength control.
Сила и удара, да.
Folk games almost simulate real life. There is a certain hierarchy in Asyk too. There are many Asyks in the game, but there is a special main one. Practically an ace. It is called Saka. In the game, Saka performs the role of the most important trophy, and of course the opponents compete to get it. This requires dexterity of the hands, observation, instant reaction and even logic. By the way, sometimes Saka is filled with lead for greater stability and breakthrough strength of a strike. Gold was used to build the Saka of the Khans and Sultans' children, but the truly good players believe filling the Saka with metal to make it heavier is not entirely fair. Do you have a big collection of Asyks? No, I used to have many. Now I have 5.
Сейчас только эти 5.
То есть вот это вот без Асык
So Bes Asyk is your favorite game?
Да.
или есть?
Yes, I have played Asyk 2 for a long time.
Асыками, то, что занимаюсь давно.
I'm almost a professional.
Профессионал, и поэтому...
I love this game.
Asyk.
Asyk too is an ancient game. Sheep's ankle bone has 6 sides: alchi, taike, buk, shik, ompi, and shompi. We have played with Asyks for 2 years now. Earlier we had trained with rocks.
С камнями, а сейчас в данный момент играет с асыками.
Now we will play Bes Asyk. Now the girls will show how it's played.
Назначили правила. И так, как двухсторонняя игра.
They will first determine which of them will start first. Okay, ladies, let's start.
Все. Значит, тайка.
Taike has the advantage, hence Madina begins.
Мадина начинает.
I must say that our ancestors used Asyks not only for the game. For many nomadic tribes, the bones of domestic animals carried a sacred meaning. Famous scientist, ethnographer Shokan Walikhanov wrote extensively about this. The Kazakh people, like all the Turkic nations, used these bones in fortune-telling. Serious decisions were made with the help of the Asyks. Today we throw a coin and make a bet on head or tails. So the nomads use the Asyks for some decisions. Some nomads predicted future events, childbirth and threat based on the lines on animal bones.
Ну вот я еще вспоминаю, моя бабушка, она как-то чуть ли не...
Well, I still remember how my grandmother predicted future with the help of the Asyks. She threw them like this, and looking at how they are positioned, she would predict some events. I feel an indescribable tactile sensation from the Asyks. I have not held them for ages, 30 years, and now I turn them over and my childhood memories suddenly engulf me. We lose so much when we grow up. It is indescribable. It's magic. Probably the simplest but also the most popular Asyk game in the Kazakh culture is Khan. The rules of the game are quite simple, but this is what's attractive about it. The main Asyk, Saka, is a Khan and all other Asyks are commoners. Players take turns turning the Asyks from side to side, thereby collecting points. The winner who has collected more points collects all the Asyks in both hands and throws them. If the main Asyk, Saka, falls on a concave side up, then this is the signal to action. Participants shout out the word Kantalapai and begin to quickly collect all the Asyks. This game is popular not only among children, but also among adults.
В общем, сейчас в данный момент проходит...
Kazakhstan holds annual Republican Asyk tournaments.
Месяц назад были в Астане.
A month ago, there was one in Astana.
И туда в прошлом году Киргизия приехала, а в этом году из Якутии...
It was an international tournament where players from Kyrgyzstan and Yakutia took part.
Международный турнир. И мы там...
Madina won the 3rd place there.
И достигли таких результатов. Сейчас в данный момент...
There are also blitz tournaments in Asyk too.
Турнир проводится.
We have preserved such games as Asyk and others that are very similar. How are your games called? Well, we call it Asyk, letters in Kazakh, and we used to play it all the time when we were kids. Now I don't see many young people playing it, unfortunately. Can I try? How do I start? Start with the first one. Should I strike? Yes, this is the main Asyk. You strike out and score one by one. With this hand? Yes.
Все. В сторону положишь? Да.
No, you just touched it. Which means you made a mistake.
У тебя ошибся.
Будем считать, я не задел.
Да.
Well, I want to move in a circle.
Вот. Сейчас.
Now you're playing deuce. You take 2.
Главным берешь по 2.
А, по 2. Так, переиграем, извините.
Нет, дай-ка я покажу.
No, let me show you. Here you have to strike higher.
Вот. Бросать. Вот, двойку.
Своя техника.
Да, своя.
Так,
Повыше бросать надо.
Got it.
Двойку сыграй. Да, правильно. Теперь вот эту двойку. Вот. Нет, не получилось. Хорошо. Теперь...
Now you play with 3. You take all three.
Все три берешь?
No, it failed.
Ну, с первого раза здесь...
Well, it's hard to strike all three. Now we'll try to take all four.
4 попробую.
Ага.
Какая хитрость здесь.
No. It was a long-standing tradition that men, after cleaning the Asyk with a knife, tried throwing it. If the Asyk falls on its concave side, then this was a herald of joy. If it fell on the other side, it was a warning to the people to be careful. I was born and grew up in Mongolia. We played Asyks during my childhood. The Mongols, the Kazakhs, we all played the game. The Kazakhs say, may the Asyk fall to its winning side, to wish good luck. I think it's because the Asyks have a sacred meaning. As a child, my friend and I gathered in a circle of 4 to 5 people and played Asyk too, all types of the game. We had the varieties of the game for girls and others for boys. The Mongol people all nomadic people love playing all sorts of games with Asyks. And during my childhood, it was our favorite pastime. These amazing Asyks were used even in everyday life as appliances. For example, they were used as parts of looming machines. They were used in musical instruments. There is a sad but very poetic legend about an ancient string instrument, zhetigen. In old days, when famine and illnesses raged in the steppe, one father lost 7 sons. Then he made a musical instrument from an old dry tree. He made 7 strings from horsehair, and under each string he put Asyks. Then he composed 7 songs dedicated to his sons. Such is the legend.
Еще один удивительный факт. Вот всем известные игральные...
Another awesome fact. Here you can see dices. They are used in many modern games. Some scientists believe that they were made of bones in the ancient times, so perhaps they originated from Asyks, which also have 6 sides.
У которого также есть 6 граней.
Today, Asyk is gaining popularity again. Asyk Federation has been created in Kazakhstan with a head office in Astana. The federation holds tournaments and championships annually. They have recently approved the general rules of the game, so Asyk has become a serious sport.
Игра в Асыке сейчас в данный момент...
Asyk now has general unified rules for Inside the Circle game for boys and Best Asyk for girls. The championships are held across the country and they need to follow the same rules. For boys, they place 13 Asyks inside a circle and the players track them out of the circle. In Best Asyk, the players must score 120 points to win.
До 120 очков набрать.
So the ancient game of Asyk has now become a modern sport. Recently, players in Kyrgyzstan created a fusion of pool and Asyks, and they called this game Aykur. So instead of pool balls, they use Asyks. The ancient regional game of Asyk has been included in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List. According to international experts, Asyk contributes to the development of cognitive and athletic skills, promotes friendship and rapprochement of cultures, regardless of the ethnicity of its players. Asyk for many of us is a sweet childhood memory. It has played an important role in teaching the basic concepts of socialization, competition and friendship. It's really great that the ancient national games are reviving. Indeed, there is no future without the past. Now in many cities of Kazakhstan, you can see similar children playing Asyk. We all give different meaning to it, but personally for me it is a symbol of carefree, happy childhood and of my first victories. This was Ethnosports. See you soon.
Символ первых побед.